Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 272 on my countdown to retirement. So today I was able to run out to Publix, as I indicated I was going to do yesterday, and pick up two porterhouse steaks that were on sale for $9.99. I wanted 1.5 inch thick porterhouse, um, and they were pretty picked over. So I found one that was 1.5 inches, one that was an inch. I went and talked to the butcher, and he told me that a young lady had come in and pretty much wiped their selection of 1.5 inch porterhouses out, and that he was getting more porterhouse in tomorrow that he could cut down into 1.5 inch thick sections if that's what I'd like. So if I come back tomorrow, he can certainly cut up some additional steaks for me. So I'll probably do that. And if I can't get them there, I'll go to an alternate Publix. I also picked up 4 pounds of snow crab at Kroger for $9.99 a pound, along with 1 pound of scallops that were $8 a pound, and a flat iron steak also at $9.99 a pound that I can use for fajitas, and 3 packages of Oscar Mayer bacon that was on sale for $4.99 a package. Then probably around noon today, I got an update from my boss. He had talked with the cloud manager, found out that I would be able to continue working as I currently do with the cloud team, even though I'm not in the same reporting structure. He also talked with the chief product officer and the chief technology officer and found out that I'm currently not on either of their org charts. So he's keeping me on his org chart for as long as he can. Hopefully that will be through the end of the year, but he can't make any commitments or promises, but he'll do his best. And then, as anybody who looked at the TV today, whether it was the regular nightly news or financial news or whatever, you know that it was a bad day in the markets again. And so the combined sell-off of the S&P 500 over the last 2 days, which is approximately 10.5% down, ranks as the 4th worst 2-day period in the history of the stock market, after Black Monday in October of 1987, where the market dropped 25% in 2 days, followed by Black Thursday, which was March 12th and 13th of 2020, which was the COVID drop, and then the Great Financial Crisis, which was October 15th and 16th of 2008, with the Lehman Brothers collapse. So other than those three, you just lived through the two of the worst days in the stock market as measured by the S&P 500 ever. So it certainly doesn't feel good. I just watched more than a year of investment appreciation vanish from my portfolio. And I mean, so much so that my wife came into my office at 11 o'clock this morning and asked me whether or not I was still going to be able to retire. I mean, she looked at our numbers and she was so concerned that was the first thing that popped into her head. While clearly it's not a good thing, I'm still retiring at the end of the year if I can make it that far, because I just can't justify, giving up another year of my life to spend working versus, given my age and really my wife's 6 years older. So, it's just not fair, basically, the way I look at it, for me to continue to work. She continues to age. We would never be able to have the go-go years. We would immediately go into the slow-go years, and I'm not willing to do that for the trade-offs. So I'll find a way. I might have to cut back in other areas or whatever, but I am going to find a way to be able to retire, and I'll just, figure it out as we go. I mean, I haven't updated my numbers yet in Bolden. I'll do that tomorrow and see what Bolden says, but I feel like I've been able to successfully figure out over the 40 years of our marriage how to make it work in good times and bad, and I'll figure out how to make it work going forward. one way or another. So to that point, I actually bought more of the S&P 500 today via the VOO. Um, and maybe it's a stock pickers market. That's what they say, but I'm not very good at picking individual stocks. I still try, and I use them to augment either the mutual funds or the indexes that I own. But in general, the overall performance of the individual stocks that I generally buy doesn't outperform the market. So it just, for me, it seems to be better if I just buy the broader index and call it a day. Uh, I do supplement my investments though with specific um, either sectors or themes that I feel pretty good about and generally do well in those. So today, I finally was able to get into the BUG ETF, which is the cybersecurity ETF. And so, cybersecurity as a theme, I absolutely believe in. Um, I've lived through a malware ransomware attack this year at our company and know what amount of pain it took to resolve everything. And I also know that the insurance companies absolutely require a very robust cybersecurity implementation if you want to be able to get well, if you want to be able to get insurance to protect against cyber attacks or malware, you've got to have a robust security system put in place. And so the trend of cybersecurity, I only expect to get bigger. The mix of who's going to be the top cybersecurity provider, whether that's somebody like Palo Alto or Zscaler or Fortinet or CloudStrike, like I don't know who it's going to be. Which is why I'm buying the BUG, because I'm just basically saying I know cyber is going to do well. I'm going to buy the entire cyber universe. Some will be good, some will be bad, but overall, I'll get the value of the appreciation of playing the cyber theme, because I think cyber will be bigger than AI over time. And so that's my bet. And the bet also is that cyber is going to be important for the remainder of my lifetime. And so it's not a theme that's going to be going away. So I got in at a price that was equal to the closing price on the day prior to Trump's election. So on November 4th, the closing price. And it's clearly not the low. The August low of 2024 was at 27.33. So I could still, probably drop another 10% if that's to get down to that value. And if that happens, I'll just buy more as it and average in as it goes down, because that's one theme that I'm totally on board with, and I'm willing to invest in that, to ride it through into my retirement period. And then I still have about 6% dry powder, if you will, that I've got sitting on the sidelines for investing, as opposed to sitting there waiting to put into bonds or something else. So as these different pullbacks happen, if they continue to drop, as a lot of people think the market still will continue to go down, if that happens, I will average in or average down, if you will, on things that, again, that I think are appropriate for a retiree to own from a theme perspective or from a broad market perspective, that will carry me forward and help against the potential inflation that we'll see that will run at a higher rate than many other people think. So I'm not betting on Jerome Powell getting back to 2%. I'm expecting inflation to run at 3.8% to 4.5%, somewhere in that range, for quite a while. And I don't care what the CPI is showing. I know that my costs are going up way higher than what's being reported by the government. So I'm trying to make sure that my return is equal to what I'm actually having to pay in the real world, not the made up world of government statistics. So, anyway, that's kind of where I stand today. Tomorrow, as I do every Saturday, I'll end up looking at what I really ended up losing for the week. I'm expecting that when I look at the numbers, it's going to be super painful. Like I'm expecting that between the Valentine's Day high and where the market closed yesterday, that you know a very significant portion evaporated of my portfolio. So there's nothing I can do about it. Uh, and even knowing what happened now, I'm not sure I would have sold out of anything because I really believe in the things that I own for the long haul. So, and I've set aside um, fixed assets or cash equivalents to be able to buffer, um, you know, at least a certain period of time. Uh, so I'm going to go with that. Anyway, that's my update for today. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a great evening. Take care, and until tomorrow,